What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Tuesday morning. We are starting a day late. We had a huge rainstorm come in yesterday morning. It flooded all of our local streets. It was bad. It was a thunderstorm. It was really cool looking, but it did put us back. I spent the day, I changed the oil on my 52, 36, and the 30 that we use. I scraped all the decks, I sharpened all the blades, all the mowers are ready to go, and pretty much that's what I did yesterday. So we're starting the route today. We're gonna have to work into the weekend. We have a small trim job that has to get done along with the mowing this week. Look, we're on home stretch right now for mowing and things like that. So you know, we have to utilize the time and get as much work as we can done and make as much profit as we can make. We're, you know, not too far away from fall cleanups. You know, we should do really well there. We even postponed our camping trip. We're gonna wait until maybe late October or even November, and we're actually gonna rent a cabin when there's time that we don't have to be so zeroed in on the work. That way we can enjoy it without stress, without worrying. But we will be able to take a little trip before winter, so that's good. So I put a video out yesterday called, yeah, it's been rough the past couple weeks, and I just kind of detailed everything that's been happening, issues with equipment, issues with the new truck, the fact that it's back in the shop, it still had an oil leak. It's not the mechanic's fault. We knew it was a possibility, so I'm waiting to hear on that. But all that aside, you know, like I said, I had a rough weekend with it, but it's over with now. We have to get back to business, get back to focus, and just keep our foot on the gas. So clean. Here we go. Alright, here's the backyard done. Here's the new BR 700. this guy walking down the road. I know he's an old gentleman, but he really makes me mad, and we've had words a couple times. I'll explain it to you in a minute. Alright, so that guy right there, he lives 2 doors up, and he walks that little white dog up and down the street all day. And I was here doing a job this fall where I trimmed all those bushes right there all the way back. They need it again. But I was about to leave, and I seen him coming up, and he walked his dog into the middle of that yard that I cut, like right in the middle. And the dog used the bathroom. And I sat there in the truck waiting, just watching. And the dog got done, and the guy goes to the sidewalk and goes to leave. And I pulled up and I said, "Excuse me, I mow this yard every week." And he goes, "Yeah, I seen that." And I go, "Okay, well, you just let your dog use the bathroom in this yard and you didn't clean it up." He goes, no, I didn't clean it up." I said, "Okay, well, you need to, because I mow this yard. I don't want to step in that dog's, you know," and now I'm, and he goes, "Well, clean it up with what, my hands?" And I said, "If you're walking your dog, you need to carry bags with you to clean up what they do." I said, "You know, dogs are going to go to the bathroom, obviously, but you need to have bags with you to clean it up." And he goes, "He's a small dog." And I said, "It doesn't matter. I don't understand, like, what your point is here." I said, "It's not your yard. I have to mow that yard, and I don't want to step in your dog's, you know." And he ended up pulling a bag out of his pocket, a shopping bag out of his pocket that he already had, and he cleaned it up. Like, you already have the bag, so you know what you're doing is wrong. And there was a second time it happened. So I talked to the dude who lives there, and he's already had numerous run-ins with the guy over that situation. He said he can't even count how many. So he said, "If you ever see him doing that, dude, make him pick it up." So I did. So, alright, we're moving on. Alright, I just finished this property here. It hadn't grown that much. The backyard had grown a little, and the front grew a little, but not like the back. But this front yard was completely covered in leaves. So, throw the bag on, cut it, collect all the leaves, get it looking good again, and then there's no way a customer can say, "Hey, you know, you cut my yard and it really didn't need it. You know, it had all these leaves." I can say, "Hey, listen, we maintain your lawn." You know, and I mean, she wouldn't complain anyway, but it's kind of a way to keep working with valid reason. So I don't know, just something thrown in there. We keep these on our 30-inch Toros because the handle loves to come off, and also if you're not careful, this is where you're getting your power from, right? Your personal pace. This will pop out of here, it'll come off on one side, and you'll lose that whole spring. That whole thing will come off. It's happened to us a few times, and luckily the spring stayed on. And then the last time, this part right here that grabs that bar caught the mesh of the trailer, and it hung on until we got to the next house. So we use these to keep that handle from popping off. It doesn't really help with that bar and spring, but it hasn't came off ever since we've been using these green straps. So, and you see, because of where I put this, I have to lift this up. That's how I broke our last one and had to replace it. So this is something that sucks. You can see this yard. Two weeks ago, this was a beautiful green lawn. I got here last week and it looked worse than that. I asked the customer what was going on. She didn't know. And you could see where there was a lot of dirt brought up, either like stuff was stepping on it or digging in it. And it actually looks a little better today. She found out that one squirrel was showing up every morning and digging all of that out. And she got something to keep it away, and she's been watering it in the morning when it would come to keep it, you know, water landing on it and it would leave. And yeah, she found out that one squirrel had dug up all of that. And she looked it up, and it said they will dig for grubs and worms. And she said it keeps coming, and she has to scare it away. I mean, this was 2 weeks ago. This was one of our most beautiful green lawns. It's been great for advertising for us, and now it looks like that from one squirrel. I don't know. I didn't bag this one. I did bag the perimeter to fill the bag up, and then I didn't bag the rest of it. Whoa! Alright, I just finished my 11th property for today, and I was going to keep going, but I got a call that my other blower is ready, the Red Max EBZ 8550. So the throttle cable had snapped, you know, where it hooks into the elbow at a 90 and goes into the blower, and it had some issues with running. It always sounded like it was vibrating, gonna stall, and that's been since the day we bought it. The day we bought it, it's been doing that. So we, you know, we've had it in for service, and they couldn't figure out what was going on, and I took it back in the other day, and he just called, said that the blower was ready, and he said they had to do a carb adjustment, and I don't know where he said he had to clean oil out of. I couldn't really hear it, and he said, has it ever been on its side for an extended period of time? And I said, no, it's either on my back, in the back of my truck locked up, which it's very secure, sitting flat. We're not gonna wait in this traffic. Or it's on the blower rack, which hangs, and it hangs vertical, and then it's has a a bungee that you know, secures it to the bar. Other than that, it's in the shop sitting straight up. So he told me you know, they had to do that, and but the thing is, I showed him the video of it running that way, and I said, but it doesn't do it all the time. And he said, yeah, we let it sit all day, then we ran it. After we did that, it's running good. I guarantee you that it's gonna run that way again. You know, like I said, I've spoken with a few people who you know, have had that blower, had the same problems, and you know, like I said, the one guy mentioned the coils being replaced, you know, just different things. So I'm sure it's not done. I'm glad the ignition cable is ready, and I'm sure I could have fixed it myself, but I wanted it looked at as far as how it was running. So yeah, we're gonna go pick that up, see what time it is, and then we might just keep going. All right, guys, back at the shop. The day is over. It's time to get out of here, go home, spend some time with my wife. Here's our new BR700, the Still. It's the same blower that we used most of last year, which the old one is right there. At the end of last year, I noticed the ignition coil was split in half, and it was just shoved down into it, you know, into the spark plug cover. So I replaced it, and it right away started up, ran real good, solid. That was going into winter. Into spring, using it, doing cleanups, everything was running good. Out of nowhere, I could hear, when you pull start it, you have the part in the back, I don't know the name, looks like a police badge. That's what turns, creates friction with the ignition cable, the metal point on the back, and that's what starts it. I heard it tapping it. It shut down. I could never get it restarted, and it was the right part number and everything. So I do want to get that blower going again. I'm gonna have to put a different ignition cable in it, try it again. I really do want to get that blower running again. The new one, this is my wife's blower. Yeah, she bought it for us, and I can use it, obviously. All of the equipment is ours, but that blower is a little bit lighter, and it's not as bulky as the Red Max. I mean, you can see, you know, how much bulkier and kind of awkward the Red Max is in comparison to the Stihl BR700, and it's easier for her. So, you know, just like the 30-inch, she's more comfortable using the 30-inch as she would be using the 36 or the 52. So that's why she has her own 30-inch. Now, if something happened to the other 30, obviously I would use this 30. If something happened to that Red Max, obviously I would use this BR700 until the other one's up and running. But so yeah, it's all our equipment, but there's stuff that I like for her to have that is easier for her to use. And her having her own backpack blower is going to really help out in fall cleanups. Also, when our son works, that will help out having another backpack blower. But I really would like to have that other 700 running by fall. Then we could all have a backpack blower and be knocking these jobs out as opposed to having one running. So yeah, we're getting out of here. Got 11 yards done today. Hopefully tomorrow is going to be just as successful and you know, make a lot of progress. Like I said, we lost yesterday due to that rainstorm in the morning, but like it's all right because we got the 36 oil changed, the 52 oil changed, that 30 oil changed, and when we changed the oil in all three mowers with the oil filters and the oil, it cost me 60 bucks. It can vary depending on the oil filter, but yeah, it really depends, you know, on the oil filters, you know, that you buy. Wix is a brand that I like, so I didn't use it last time on the 52 because they didn't have the right one in stock. I ended up using a Fram oil filter, but Wix is one that I really like using. So both of the big mowers have a Wix oil filter now. They're a little bit more. Obviously the 30 doesn't have an oil filter. You just have to, you know, drain and refill the oil. So yeah, all that's done. Like I said, I scraped the decks, sharpened the blades. The grass was a little wet today, but might have to scrape the 52 again tomorrow. So all right, that's it. So if you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep them edges clean, boys. I'm out.